What is up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm going to take you guys through a full day of training. Got all the training over here. We've got a 2-hour 15 ride with 3x6 minute efforts up some climbs, and then we're going to come back, do a run off the bike and a swim session at the pool later on. Got all the fueling for this morning kind of laid out. We've got 5 Go Gels just in case. I usually take extras. I probably won't need all of these. Got a couple bottles filled with G1M Sport. I had a Go Bar just before with a scoop of G1M Sport Plus. So we're well fueled. We got plenty of extra stuff to get us through the morning session. I just wanted to quickly talk to you guys about, my new cycling shoes that I got as well. These are from Bont Cycling. I've been wearing Bonts for about a year. They're an Australian company, but they're well known around the world as one of the best cycling shoe companies. Super lightweight, carbon fiber on the bottom, and you can actually mold them to your feet as well, which is absolutely unreal. They're super comfortable. I absolutely love them. These are the Vapor SL. And then I've also got a new pair that aren't out yet. So Bont have told me I've been fortunate enough, they sent me these out. But my first pair, like I said, I've been wearing those for about a year and absolutely love them. So I'm really excited to be working with Bont now. So yeah, these are an unreleased pair. They're like a knit kind of upper. I've worn them once on the trainer yesterday, super comfortable, but we're gonna take these today and give those a shot. We're pretty much ready to go. We've got to get these efforts done on the bike. My legs are a little bit sore, but we'll see how we go. First 6-minute effort coming up. Got a bit of a hill here, a bit of a climb, so let's do it. First climb's done, we're just about to hit the second one. It's about 10 minutes, so I think we might just do like 2 10-minute efforts rather than the 3x6 minutes. All right, let's do it. Last one, and then the easy ride home. We've made our way into the valley. Just taking it relatively easy the rest of the ride. We're at an hour 22, so we've got just under an hour left, and then we'll get into our run. Okay, that is the ride done. We ended up having 2 Go Gels and had both my water bottles, and then I ended up filling up one which is about half full. So I'd say about 7 to 8 scoops of G1M Sport and 2 Go Gels. So that puts me to about, probably just over 200 grams of carbs, just over 2,000 milligrams of sodium. I've been using a sweat tester. I didn't use it today, but I'm gonna run you guys through that. Done a little bit of testing, so just trying to figure out how much sodium I should be having, same with fluids as well. So some interesting data that I got from all of that. So I'll go through that shortly, but we've got to hit this run. 7 kilometers, just an easy pace, so should be fairly comfortable. It's a beautiful day outside. It's so sunny, but it's also like relatively cool as well. It's been super humid and just hot here on the Gold Coast, but today's real nice, so it should be a nice run. We'll chuck the shoes on and get out there. Okay, training is done for the morning. I look like a sweaty mess. My hair's all over the place. I'm getting a haircut today as well. But I'm extremely hungry. I haven't even had a shower yet, but I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna have breakfast first. We've got some oats, BPM whey protein, some peanut butter, and some raspberries in there. And then I've had a lot of electrolytes and stuff, so we're just going for some plain water as well. I'm gonna have this and I'll freshen up, and then I'll chat to you guys about some of the results from this sweat testing and stuff I've been doing. Okay guys, currently just having some more food, some pasta with chicken and stuff that we had last night. But we're gonna talk about the hydration and kind of biosensor that I've been using in my training. I got this off my coach, Jack, and yeah, he's given it to me to try. And it's pretty much a little sensor that goes on your arm. So comes in this like kind of case. This isn't sponsored or anything like that, obviously either. It's called a Nix. That's the brand, Nix. But yeah, pretty much you put one of these pad things up on your arm, just like that. And then this other part, which is like this little thing, kind of screws into that. So you put that onto there, and then that goes on your arm like that. And what pretty much happens is this thing soaks up all that sweat that's coming out of your arm. And yeah, you pretty much have it connected to an app, and it gives you pretty much live data. It Bluetooths to your phone. So while you're training, it's giving you kind of live data. But usually what you'll do is you'll start it on the app, and then after an hour or so, or once you've finished your session, then you'll go through and you'll look through the data and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you some of the results of my sessions that I did. So I did, first time I used it was for a decent kind of 15 kilometer speed session on a Thursday. It was really humid and muggy as well, but I really wanted to test this thing out on some hard sessions. Me personally, I have issues, I have had issues with like cramping, but the thing is it usually happens during races. It doesn't seem to happen when I train. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to get on top of that and find out, what's kind of going wrong, which I feel like I really have found out a fair bit about what I need to put in my body and why maybe I have been cramping during races. So yeah, like I said, used it for a Thursday speed session. It was a pretty intense session. It was humid, it was hot, so lots of sweat, high intensity. No cramping or anything like that, which is expected. Like I said, it doesn't happen in training. The other session was about an hour or just over an hour of kind of climbing and a pretty intense kind of ride that I did one afternoon. So again, hot and humid, and pretty high intensity. The other ride that I have used it on, so the third ride or the third kind of training session I used it on was like an indoor ride yesterday on the trainer. It was a workout as well, so same thing, high intensity. So pretty much 3 pretty high intensity training sessions, all sweating a fair bit. What I pretty much found is that I don't lose as much sodium as I probably thought. Fluid, I probably haven't been having enough fluid when I race, and maybe overloading on the sodium and all this other stuff before races, then making me pee like crazy, peeing out a heap of fluids, dehydrating myself and not probably putting enough back in. So overall, kind of what I've found from this testing is that, probably going way too over the top with sodium. Need to back that off to probably just around 1,000 milligrams of sodium per hour, but also keeping the hydration and fluid intake at around 800 to 900 mils per hour. So since I did get back from Europe, I haven't been going over the top with sodium. I haven't been adding a heap of electrolytes. I've just been going with scoops of G1M Sport. G1M Sport already has 350 milligrams of sodium per scoop. So what I'll tend to do is fill up one of my 600 or 700 ml bottles with 3 scoops. So that's already 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 60 grams of carbs, and also obviously a decent amount of fluids in there with the water. So trying to get one of those down per hour and then having 2 gels on top of that. So that puts me at about 100 grams of carbs, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and also a fair bit of fluids. Now, also on top of that, if I get through one of those bottles 45 minutes in, obviously, trying to get on more water. I really want to make sure, that the fluid is definitely up towards that 800 mils. If I'm putting 500 mils of water in, but then the rest of the bottle is G1M Sport, then obviously I need to make sure I'm taking on more fluids and stuff as well. So I think rule of thumb, what I want to try to do moving forward for all my training and particularly races, is just roughly go off that 1,000 milligrams of sodium per hour and 800 to a litre of fluids per hour. It's all going to be more trial and error, obviously, but during training doing this, I did a pretty long ride on Saturday and haven't had any cramping. Like I said, it's been hot and humid, sweating a lot, and haven't had any issues with cramping. So going back to previous races that I've done before, like Gold Coast Marathon, even the Sunshine Coast Half Ironman, just like loading up on so much sodium probably just wasn't needed. In saying that, I still need to trial this new kind of fueling strategy. But I just think maybe an electrolyte imbalance, way too much sodium, but not enough fluids to go with it. Hence cramping pretty early on in races. And Gold Coast Half Marathon, I cramped like about an hour or 20 into the race, which I've done some huge big training sessions with high intensity and had no issues at all. But going into a race like that, which felt comfortable for the first half, to cramp that early on, I think, like I said, not enough fluids early on in the race and before, and just loading up too much on just sodium the day prior and the day of. So the great thing about triathlon is when you're on the bike, you really can fuel a lot. So just going to make sure that my bottles, I know what I should be consuming, trying to stay on top of that. And then on the run, making sure that I'm obviously getting in a heap of fluids then as well. And just having a few salt tablets and stuff ready just in case I need them on the run. But thought I'll give you guys a little bit of a breakdown, insight into that. I think cramping is one of those things that a lot of people struggle with, and me included. I feel like with a lot of my races, it's been one of the biggest things that's held me back from, even though I've managed to do pretty well, it's still that limiting factor that I feel will get me to kind of go to the next level, is just like making sure that I have no issues with cramping. So I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date with it. I know a heap of you guys that watch this probably cramp and stuff during races. So yeah, I'll let you know if this testing has been valuable. But yeah, I think if you want to give it a try yourself, yeah, get on to Nick's. It seems like it's a pretty good program. I have read some stuff online that it's maybe not 100% accurate, maybe 80 to 90% accurate, but at least I've got a fair idea now, and it's not saying that I need thousands and thousands of milligrams of sodium, which I was doing before. But yeah, that's a little insight. We're going to head and get a haircut in a second, and then we're going to head to the pool for a swim. So we've arrived at the pool, fresh new haircut. 2.5 kilometers scheduled for the swim, 600 warm up, 300 of just swimming, and then we got some drills, 100 meters kick with some fins, and then the main set is 1600 meters. I think this is supposed to be ×2, which Jack hasn't put in there, but 400 meters tempo, 30 seconds rest, 4x50 meters with 25 meters max effort into 25 meters easy with 45 seconds rest. 45 seconds, that's fair bit of rest. And then 100 easy with 30 seconds off, which I'm assuming is like a rest. And then 100 meters hard with 30 seconds off. And I think I got to repeat that twice because that's only 800 meters. And then 300 meters cool down at the end. So it should be a good session. See if I can get some clips for you guys. Yeah, let's do it. All right, back home. We've made a post-swim burger. I've got beef patty, some cheese, an egg, some bacon, all the good stuff. But that was probably one of the best swims I've done, I think, in the pool. Ended up 2.6 kilometers. I ended up, instead of doing a 400 for my first tempo effort, I did 500 meters. But it was, I think I did the 500 in 144 per 100 pace, and then the 400 was 143 per 100. So really happy with that session. I did a 100 meter effort at the end at like 133. So by my standards, yeah, pretty good session. I'm not the best swimmer. I had someone comment on my last video asking about swim tips and stuff like that. I'm not the best swimmer. I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. One thing I will say is just try to get in the pool more often. Get some swim lessons if you need to. Watch a heap of videos on YouTube. Yeah, Effortless Swimming. They have a great YouTube channel. They have a heap of videos, tutorials, all that stuff. But yeah, it just takes time. And even myself, like, I can swim well in the pool. I need to now swim well in open water. So that's the plan moving forward. But it's good confidence booster knowing that, yeah, can put some decent pace down during those pool sessions. Dinner tonight, we've got some homemade fish and chips. Got some snapper I just buy it from the fish and chip shop and then just cook it at home. Then we got some kind of air fryer chips, probably not the best chips to be honest, but better than the fish and chip shop. A bit less oil and grease. We've got some carrots, broccoli, obviously that big one there is mine, and then we've got Katie's over here as well, but I reckon it looks pretty good and it tastes pretty good, isn't it? You wish you were getting some, didn't you, Frank? All right, guys, I'm about to head to bed. It's been a big day. What are we at? I think we're at 4,500 calories burnt for the day. Wednesdays are always a big day for me, usually a ride, run, and swim. So yeah, huge days. But yeah, I'm going to get ready for bed. I haven't really spoken to you guys about what my next race is. I don't think so. But next weekend, so today is currently Wednesday the 5th of, what month are we in? November now. And next, so not this weekend, but next weekend is Kingscliff Triathlon. So pretty close to home. Olympic distance is what I think I'll be doing. It's kind of pending the weather. We're just going to play it by ear, kind of check on the weather next week. If it's going to be pouring down rain the whole weekend or even throughout the whole week, then they might cancel the swim and it just probably won't be worth our time. But if we have good weather next week and then the weather on the weekend is looking pretty good as well, then 100% I think that's going to be the race that I target. Not too sure on what kind of time I'll be going for. I haven't done an Olympic distance before. I'd love to probably get around something around 2 hours 10, I think. But I'll have to swim pretty well if that's the case. So, goal would be, I guess, 25 to 30 minutes for the swim, and then probably an hour on the bike or just under if I'm really quick, but I doubt that. It'll be tough. And then under 40 minutes for the run. So yeah, I think if I work that out, something around 2:10 would be amazing, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, next week, I'm going to film another video. I'll probably have a chat to you guys about it, let you know if I'm actually confirmed I'm doing it. But yeah, until then, enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.